Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan and welcome to a very exciting video. I get to do a book haul today. Yesterday was actually my birthday and can I just say how overwhelmed I was? Not only by the number of people who sent me messages on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube saying happy birthday, I appreciate that so much, but also so many of my friends went above and beyond with their generosity and sent me physical books from my wish list that I am so thankful for, and I knew I had to do a book haul to show them all off, thank everybody again. I am just so excited and thankful. I am in my bedroom today, which is not where I usually film, but it is where I keep my physical TBR, so I figured it would be easiest to just keep all of the books right in here while I do the haul, and then I can put them right away. I don't do a lot of hauls on my channel because I don't buy that many books on a regular basis. Actually, for the record, at the time that I'm filming this, I have 18 unread books on my physical TBR, which is about my average. I like to keep it around 20 or less, but we are adding to that number today for sure, so I have a lot of reading ahead of me, but I'm so excited about all of these books. So I guess let's just go ahead and get into it. I don't really have them organized in any particular way, so I guess I will just start with The Romantic Agenda by Claire Can. This is a romance book about a main character who is asexual. I've seen great reviews for this one, and this was so kindly gifted to me by my friend Lena from Lena's Bookshelf. I am definitely hoping to get to this book in February. Speaking of Lena, I also was gifted one of her favorite books, The Lost Girls of Willowbrook by Ellen Marie Wiseman. I was gifted this by Summer over at Seasons Readings, and this one I also have plans to get to very soon, like within the next few days even. This sounds like it's a historical fiction set at an asylum. Then I have two John Mars books that I was gifted. I have read a couple of other John Mars books, but I have not read either of these two, which are actually his most popular and talked about books here on BookTube that I've seen. So the first is The Passengers, which I was gifted by Jessie over at Reading with Jess. I know she also is a big fan of John Mars, and I believe this is like a sci-fi type book about these people who get into these cars, and I think it's like a competition of who can survive the longest when the cars are destined to crash or something like that. It sounds up my alley. I love sci-fi books and I love books with like a competition element in them. I have enjoyed John Mars writing in the past, so I'm sure I'll like this one, as well as The One. I believe this is also a slightly sci-fi type book about people who are paired with like their soulmates based on like genetic testing or something like that. I was gifted this book by my friend Kendall over at Bookphoria, and she went absolutely above and beyond. She sent me multiple items for my birthday, including a mug and an escape room game in a box. And Kendall, I am just so thankful for you and putting that much thought into that gift and being so generous. I appreciate you so much, and I'm really excited to read this book. Then we have another romance that I am excited about called You and I Rewritten by Chip Pons. I believe this is a self-published book maybe, or an independently published book. I believe it's a male-male romance, but don't know anything else about the plot or the tropes contained within it. And I was gifted this book by my friend Hannah, who is in an online book club with me, and I'm very excited to read it. Then let's see where to go next. Do I keep on the romance train? I'd say yes. I was gifted Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan by my friend Taya over at Taya's Turning Pages. She loves Kennedy Ryan and has read a bunch of her backlist, and she recommended this entire series to me after I really loved Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So I took her recommendation, I added this series to my wish list, and she so generously gifted me the first book. So not only did she recommend the book to me, she sent it to me, and I appreciate it so much. I'm so excited to get into this emotional sports romance from what I understand, and really hoping I love it so much that I want to immediately go buy the rest of the series because I really love these covers. I was also gifted The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab by my friend Olivia over at Liv's Library. I'm really glad this one made it to me because she messaged me that she had sent me a gift but thought it might be lost in the mail, but it turned up just in time on my actual birthday, and I'm so excited to have this book. I think I'm gonna love it, and I will be reading this book very soon as well. Another one I'm so excited about. I'm so excited about all of these books, you guys. We have The House in the Pines by Anna Reyes, not sure how to say that last name, but Gabby from Gabbing About Books gifted me this book, and I'm so excited. It's a Reese Witherspoon's book club pick, which I have done multiple videos centered around on my channel. I usually love books that Reese picks for her book club, and I'm hoping that that trend continues with this one. I think it's a thriller. Couldn't tell you much more about the plot than that, but excited to try it, and I love the yellow spine on this book. Okay, then we have Runtime by Catherine Ryan Howard. I was gifted this by Rachel over at Happy Go Lovely Reads. This is another thriller thriller that sounds really intriguing. It sounds like a meta type of thriller. I'm not sure. I've heard good things. I'm excited about it, and Rachel also has this book and wants to read it, so I think we will try to read it together. Fingers crossed we both like it, but I mean, this cover, so beautiful. Obsessed with it. So happy to own it. Speaking of beautiful covers, I have a few on deck here. The next one is The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. Caitlin over at Pride and Paperback sent me this book, and I'm so happy about it. This is the author of Reckless Girls, which is a thriller I absolutely loved last year, and I'm so excited for her next book. I think this is set at a villa in Italy, but I don't know much more about the plot than that. I will actually be reading this in March for my friend Jessa's book club over at Reading with Jess. This is her March book club pick, and I am her co-host, so very excited to dive into this book at that time and discuss it with her. And then probably the most beautiful cover, in my opinion, out of all the books that I've hauled so far is The Enigma of Room 622 by Joel Dicker. The lovely Gwen gifted me this book from Gwendolyn Kensinger, and this was a recent add to my wish list and to my radar in general. I can't remember who I saw review this book on Instagram, but somebody did, and it made me want to pick it up immediately. I think it's about a hotel that has this room 622 that had a murder happen, and the murder was never solved, so it's like this mystery to solve about this hotel room. This is a translated book that was originally published in Switzerland, I believe, and that's where this author is from. And actually, I have one other book from this author that I've also heard really great things about called The Truth About the Henry Kubert Affair. And if I end up loving this book, then I definitely will be checking that one out next. But can we just talk about how pretty this cover is? Obviously, you've got the hotel rooms here, but you've got the gold writing, and all of the gold, even in the picture here, is metallic, and the letters are embossed and raised off the page. I am just obsessed with it. The back has a snow globe that is so pretty. She is a chunky book, but I'm very excited to dive into her. Okay, getting closer to the end here, the last book that I was gifted by a friend here on BookTube is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I recently read Love on the Brain by this author. Wasn't sure if I was gonna love it, but I really enjoyed it and was pleasantly surprised by how much I connected to the STEM elements in it. So I decided to add the author's first book to my wish list to see if I have the same experience with this one. Can't wait to get to it. Jordyn from Bookish Gem sent this one to me, and I'm so excited to have it and dive deeper into Ali Hazelwood's writing. Okay, and then the next two books I have, I was actually gifted by my brother and his girlfriend, which was so sweet of them to give me books. They said they were at Target looking through the book section, and they had no idea what I had already read or what I was interested in. So they took kind of a shot in the dark, and I think they did an amazing job. The first book they chose is This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I have never heard of this book before, which is honestly impressive, and I'm really glad that they picked it out for me. It looks like a very hard-hitting contemporary book about a school shooting. I don't know anything else about it, but I love the cover and I love that they chose it for me, as well as The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which I have actually read, but I don't own a copy of, and I'm very happy to have a copy of it. I think it's beautiful, and Christina Lauren is an author that I would like to explore more of in the future, so I'm not upset to be growing my collection of her books. And last but not least, we have 5 books that I bought for myself. The first one is The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. This is a horror book that I actually have been spoiled for, but I am actually more excited to read the book knowing the spoiler ending and explanation of the story. And I think it will be a fun perspective to read the book knowing where it's going to go in the end. And I think Rachel from Happy Go Lovely Reads also wants to buddy read this one with me, so I need to get to it ASAP. The next 2 books that I bought for myself, I bought at an independent bookstore near me. I bought Delilah Green Doesn't Care and the sequel Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. These are romance books. I read Delilah Green already. I had checked it out from the library, and I read it for my Goodreads Choice Awards romance video. Really enjoyed it, so I knew I wanted to read the sequel at some point, and I think the covers are so beautiful that I want to own them physically. So I bought both of them from that store. And then we also went to Barnes & Noble, of course, and I saw that they had a lot of books with buy one, get one 50% off stickers on them. So I picked out 2 of them. The first one I got is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I had never heard of this book before. I think it's a brand new release. I didn't know it was coming out though. I have read the Brown Sisters trilogy by this author and generally enjoyed it. So I figured I would pick up another one by her. This actually sounds like it has a survival element in it, which I am excited for, but it was mostly a cover buy because, come on, this is so pretty. And the other book that I bought as part of that deal And the last book that I will be hauling for this video is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. This is the author of Clara and the Sun, which I read this past year and really enjoyed. I think this is this author's most popular book, so I'm really excited to read more and see what everyone is raving about. So that is it for my book haul today. Thank you so much to everyone who sent me something. It was absolutely not necessary, but so appreciated. And anyone else who took the time to wish me a happy birthday or tune in to my live show last night, I appreciate that just as much. I really was feeling all of the love yesterday, so thank you so much. I'm so excited to have all of these new books to dive into, so I guess I better wrap it up and get into the actual reading. Other than that, I don't have anything else, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.